Hey guys, so in this video, we had a great discussion, me and business partner Yogesh. Really excited for you guys to watch it. So we cover why we choose Eazybot is our preferred trading bot. We discuss, trading and investing mindset. We cover how to avoid crypto scams and really about building Bitcoin and building wealth over the next couple of years. Hope you enjoy it. So we're here. My name's Casey Klein, Crypto Guy Casey. Yogi, thanks for being here today, buddy.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, yeah. So we were talking a little bit. We both have a passion for Eazybot, right? And we thought it'd be great to have a little bit of discussion of why we love Eazybot, why we're choosing that. So yeah, let's get into that a little bit, Yogi. So, why do you choose EasyBot over everything on else on the market? And I know you've done a ton of research on bots.
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you a brief introduction, and then that might fit in well with why I've chosen EasyBot. I've been in crypto. I got involved in crypto probably 7, 8 years ago. I love all this online stuff, and obviously that's where we're heading. Got involved in it, understood crypto. It took me a while to understand. Even today, it's still when projects come out with different coins and stuff like that. I love watching the news and how crypto is affecting now the whole mainstream. So it's part of our future, our kids' futures as well. So definitely it's making an impact in this generation and next generation, and thereafter it's going to be huge. So it's only in my interest to really look into it further. It's a difficult concept to understand, but it's definitely the future of finance as we know it. So um, as I started getting more involved in crypto, I was jumping on Facebook groups, jumping on YouTube, and learning stuff about it. And then vice versa, people started getting attracted to me and started adding me. And when I was commenting on YouTube stuff, so then that's how the ball got rolling. And then getting involved with crypto, the stigma of making money was big a few years ago. Everyone was making money, but you could say that, oh, when Bitcoin started like nearly 15 years ago, should we have got involved with it then? But obviously we didn't know about it. And then people bought Bitcoin back then, were making huge amounts of money. And so when I was getting involved, it was about all these earning programs, and there was all these sorts of platforms, and it still goes on to today. So you can say I went through all of that. And then you get attracted to these platforms where you invest crypto, and then they do trading or they do mining. So I was all very new to it. So I thought, okay, what's going on here? So then got involved, and then learned my lesson quite quickly, saying, what, this isn't real. So I've been a victim of these platforms, online earning platforms myself. You can see the offices, you can see the owners, the CEOs, and so I've been there, done that. So I didn't give up because I knew what crypto was all about. It was definitely the future. I started saving up a bit of crypto and holding it for like whenever next 5, 10 years if I have to. So, but then still I never let go of watching more and more stuff on YouTube and this that. And then it was while I was surfing again, I got involved in trading. I wasn't a good trader myself, despite how much I was learning. And people were making money, but they only show the wins. No one shows any losses. So I started, I wanted to get involved in the trading side of it. And then when you start seeing these exchanges like Binance, KuCoin have their own trading software, that does it all for you. So I was more attracted to that because I'd rather have the money in our control, in our account, where I can withdraw it whenever I want. So then, after seeing these trading bots, and you know what, they were quite good. Binance's bot, KuCoin's bot, but and then there's another one called Bitsget, which then outshone Binance Bot because the features they had were way better than Binance's bot. So I left the Binance bot and went over to this Bitsget, and it's a great platform. But as I was getting involved in all the different forums and stuff like that, and then I started searching on YouTube for different types of bots. So this was only like a year, just before I started Eazybot. So I was looking at 2 or 3 different types of bots, and then Eazybot came up. I think I saw one of your videos, and I was looking into it. I thought, okay, you know what's different about this bot that it was with this bot? And I'm not just going to throw my money in and just start trading it. So then I came across Eazybot, and then I looked at it, and it was slightly different. A bit about the technical side of it, about how it works and stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was spot trading. So I never get involved with leverage trading because it's a chance where you could completely lose your money. So I was more into the spot trading where you're buying asset for asset. It's like buying US dollars for gold and vice versa. You've got that physical asset, or you can buy gold on an online platform, but you own that gold. So with Bitsget, it was just a basic grid bot. So if the prices dropped, it will buy again. If it dropped, it would buy it again. And if it moved up, it will buy it, it will sell it. So you were making money. But the catch was, I wouldn't say it's a catch, but when the market started falling heavily, you just kept on buying and buying and buying. And you can see your USD was like getting more and more depleted, and you owned more of that asset. But and then it said like, it had to go all the way back up to where it started in order to break even and make a profit. So I thought, and then I saw Eazybot. I saw a couple of videos where Mohammed was actually doing all the workings out and stuff. It was very similar to Bitsget, but the key thing here was it was reducing the average price as it went down. So basically, what that means is if you bought, let's say, Solana at $150 12 months ago, and today it actually, I mean, just a few weeks ago, it was at something like $15 or $20. It will take you a hell of a long time for it to get back up to that $150. And everyone will get scared of that because you're just ending up with so much Solana and it's worth literally next to nothing. So the key difference here was every time it was buying and selling in between, that $150 average price was coming down, coming down, coming down. So eventually the two will meet, not if, but it will, when it will meet. So that's just struck me. I thought, hold on, that's quite amazing because some of the profit that we're making is going to reduce that price. And that was it. Once I understood that concept, and I'm sure the people that watch this, once they understand that, there's no going back. It's just an amazing feature of this trading bot. We're not using leverage, so we're not going to lose our USD. If the asset never goes back to $150, doesn't matter because it will close. I mean, my bots have closed out. So yeah, it was that key feature that stood out to me. And yeah, it was just amazing. Once I saw that, that was it. I just dropped everything else, looked more and more, jumping on the Zoom calls, asking question after question. I saw your video doing one of the explanations, and yeah, I understood it. So
Yeah.
it was there on from then on.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it. Thanks for
Yeah.
the
I was
explanation.
really excited because I've had these problems, and those problems were sorted. And then with Bitsget, so the excitement was definitely there, and yeah, loved it where the money was in our control. People, what they just think that that they can see a CEO in a different platform, and everything just tick the boxes for trading software as it is today.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we'll dive into platforms in a little bit here, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna just kind of reiterate everything that you just said. Exactly. I mean, and you've posted about this before, and it just made me laugh out loud the first time you posted about like every other bot. Man, they're singing on top of the mountains, and they're just when we're in a bull run, they're just so excited. And, oh, look at all these profits. And then what happens as soon as the last year and a half, these bear markets we've been in, right? Crickets. You don't hear nothing. And it's nothing against those bots. They're just not designed to handle. I mean, we are the only bot on the planet that can handle
Yeah.
90% drops in the market.
I did post that, didn't I? Once I said, when we were going through such a down market, I've got my own Facebook page for Eazybot. Um, I was still posting when the markets were going down. Everything was red. Everything was red, day in, day out. Markets dropping, markets dropping. But I was still posting. Why was I posting when the markets are going down? It's because this bot works on the way down. And then I put a cheeky post out on my personal page. I said, where are all the trading bots when the markets are going down? No one responds. But when the markets are going up, every bot makes money when the markets are going up, and they all come out of the woodwork, and it's like quite funny. But you know what? Nobody answered me. And that just goes to show, what, the proof is in the pudding, that when the markets are going down, nobody wants to post, oh, we made this and we made that. So, you can have a look at my Eazybot Facebook page, and I've got all the history there. So that's really true what you just said. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, so what I'll do is I'll link not only Yogi's referral link if you want to work with him. I'm going to link his EasyBot page on Facebook as well, so you guys can get connected. But what I love, Yogi, is we have experienced the 90% drops. I think both on your accounts, and I had one close out last week that I covered on a video, a 90% drop in the market, and this ended up closing at a 60% down. It's incredible and still turn a profit. I mean, it's just powerful what this thing can create over time, right? It's just amazing. So
When I do post something out like that, the number one question I get asked, "Oh, are you shorting the market?" Because you only tend to make money if you're shorting the market. But remember, I always say it, I say it again, we're not shorting or we're not longing, because we don't use leverage.
yeah,
Leverage is way too risky. It can blow your accounts. Everyone's been there. So yeah, I mean, it makes profit on the way down because of how the bot works in between. Um, and I'm sure you've got a video. Mohammed's going to release a new video of how the new systems working and stuff. So yeah, it's hard to understand that the market closes on a way down and we're still making money. So great, you know.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad that that you mentioned that, because I did want to make sure people understood, because you cover that too. Like, and I love our core group. You post, some things really educating our group that leverage. I mean, we see people have their accounts blown all the time with leverage trading. So it's in my opinion, it's not investing, it's gambling, right? When you're playing at that kind of risk, and you can totally blow your account. And the reality is most people don't just invest what they can afford to lose. A lot of people, we see people do crazy stuff. We see people sell their cars, and I've seen people leverage their houses and all kinds of things, right? So spot trading, we're so safe. Yeah, that's a really great
It's,
point.
it's it's that risk to reward as well, because it's so risky. Like you said, it's gambling. You're betting on the market to go up, but if it just drops a small percentage because you're using leverage, your money's gone. Yes, you can make good money if you get that gamble right. It's like going to the casino, red or black. Literally, that's what it is. So yes, the rewards are great, but it might work for 2-3 months, but then you're down and you've lost everything. You have to start from scratch again. But whereas spot trading is, you've either got your US dollars or you've got your crypto, one or the other. It's still in your hands. So people
Yeah,
need to understand how much difference there is in both terms.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's get into one of my favorite things. After you brought me into the group, you had posted about, as soon as you treat cryptocurrency as a real investment and not a get rich quick scheme, you're going to do well with it. Man, I love that. So you want to get into that a little bit? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So like I said at the beginning, is when you get involved in crypto, you see all these success stories, become a millionaire and people have become billionaires. Why is that? It's because they got involved right at the very start of crypto. They bought Bitcoin when it was like 10 cents or something like that. And today, we're sitting at $35,000. But, so so, and then people post all these, you go on YouTube and you see this crypto millionaire and this and that. And so the stigma with the younger generation, and our generation, people watching YouTube day in, day out, is cryptos to get rich quick. Then they see all these other platforms offering 1%, 2% daily. It's just not feasible. So unfortunately, it is what it is. Crypto has that stigma. As soon as I tell someone I'm involved with crypto, they think I'm a millionaire. They think I'm rich. It's
Right.
that stigma society has society's got it, because that's what they think, because that's all they see on YouTube, Facebook. Is it's got that stereotype that, yeah, crypto is this, that. So what people need to understand is Eazybot or trading softwares like this, it's not a get rich quick. You know what? They've got to get that out their head. Treat this as a long-term investment. It's if you're going to buy stocks and shares for Amazon or Facebook, or my dad used to buy it back in the day for companies. you know he used to leave it for 10, 15 years and then go back to it, and then see that it's gone up, gone down. you know um so yeah, people have got to really, I mean, it's still better than when you invest in, I think in the US it's the S&P 500, in the UK it's the FTSE 100, FTSE 250 companies.
Yeah.
It's a 10-year, 15-year, plan to invest in those. If you treat it with the same type of mentality as that, and I'm telling you, you will make more than the S&P 500. You will make more than the FTSE 250 and on your Eazybot dashboard, you can actually see the performance for the last, 18 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you think you're going to invest in Eazybot and then 6 months later, you're going to be rich, it's the wrong mentality.
Yeah.
Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. The markets might just boom tomorrow. And as we've seen over the last few weeks, we've made some great money.
Yeah.
Not going to lie, but it's not life changing, but it's a steady income. And you know what? It's yeah, you've got to get rid of that mentality. It's not a get rich quick. Everything remains in your control, which is key,
Yeah.
but just have that longer term frame of mind.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I immediately thought of, is like, in between, like you say, the platforms, and that's our next subject. We'll get into that a little bit. But then there's the meme coins out there, right? There's the pump and dump schemes that everyone's trying to ride. They're trying to time it right. They're trying to get on that one coin, right? That's going to blow up. And guys, there's so much wrong about that mindset. Number one, you, let's say that you rode that and you made your money. You're making money because other people have lost money,
Yes.
right? So if you can sleep at night with that mindset, eh, that's not good anyways. But trying to time that, like treating it like the lottery, right? You're just trying to time that perfect coin and ride it up and become a millionaire overnight, like you say. It is the wrong mindset. And then yeah, like you had mentioned, when you talk about like the S&P 500, and that was exactly my thoughts too. Is if you go out there and you look, anybody can become a millionaire through the traditional markets. That's the reality. And the recommendation is, like you're saying, Yogi, like invest in the S&P 500, or what's it called in the UK again?
In the UK, it's the FTSE 250 and the FTSE 100 companies,
Yeah.
FTSE. Yeah.
So if you do that and then you invest monthly, right? And say you add a monthly contribution to that, that's exactly what's recommended. And then, like you say, absolutely, it's a 10 to 15-year plan, but you can do very well in that. Now with Eazybot, we can take that down drastically. I mean, we're looking at a 5 to 7 year plan, to a seven-figure income potentially, right? We can't make
Absolutely. Yeah.
guarantees, but the numbers are there. It's incredible. And what we did in 33% in the market, what Eazybot did, 33% our first year, in literally the worst crypto winter we've seen.
Exactly. When the markets dropped 60, 70%, yet we made a profit of 25 to 30% in that year. you see. Whereas if you'd invested in the S&P, I was looking at some figures just last week. If you'd invested in the S&P 2 years ago, you'd be down right now. You'd be in a minus figure. There would be no return. You have to wait for those stocks and shares, those companies, sorry, to get back up to par, and then carry on the curve, you see. So that was key. What you said is we've made that return, we've made the profit in a down market. Whereas the traditional S&P, I'll call it traditional because that's what all people know. The S&P 500, FTSE 250 is, as those companies were performing really bad, they made a loss on their investment, but they have to wait for the market to turn. But yeah, we've in the last 16 months we've made money on it, so
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, ignore the idea of like, I'm gonna get rich quick, right? Like with crypto, treat it like that traditional investment, like you say, and we'll get into that a little bit, but weekly or monthly contributions, and let this thing ride over the next 5 to 7 years. And we can leave a compound calculator if you guys want to run your own numbers, but it's mind blowing what we're gonna see as a community over the next 5 years together. It's pretty exciting. Kind of gives me chills, actually. I get really excited.
I'm loving it. It is. It really is. And I'm not just saying that. It's because of what I've seen in the past, and I've seen things. And this, like I said, this really does excite me. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So on that note, what we've seen in the past. So why do we choose EasyBot and over all of these, Ponzi
Yeah.
guaranteed daily, platforms out there? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I touched on it a bit before, but we'll go into a bit more. Um, the number one reason is funds need to stay with you. As soon as there's all these platforms, and I get offered them all the time. 1%, 2%. But the thing is you have to give them your crypto. As soon as you're handing over your crypto, you can just kiss it goodbye. It literally will be gone. They won't. You might get paid for a few months. They'll pay you, but then you're enticed to, I could put a bit more in. And that's what they want. They're feeding into that. They're reeling you in, dangling the carrot. And then after people have stopped joining those platforms, it becomes unsustainable. They won't show any proof of trading. As soon as you ask that, they start getting funny. It's a secret, and so we can't share our details with you, and this and that. So it's we know that then you think, because that's what people are just seeing, is these platforms offering this, that, and you've got to just come to terms with it and say, look, it's just not real, it's not sustainable. And then all of a sudden that company's gone because you've given them your crypto. It's disappeared. They've got control of it, and they've completely disappeared. Then another one starts up, and then people, it's the networkers that make good money. If you're a good networker, and I don't network that much at all, because they get huge commissions for bringing people in. They say it's real, but deep down they know it's not real. So that's the difference. Here the funds stay with you. It's so important that people realize, as soon as I give my funds to them, it's gone. We're not in the traditional banking system where the banks are going to guarantee our money, because crypto is not regulated in such form. So please, people, you should just stop that. Don't get enticed, because there's no financial product in the world that can sustain 1%, 2% a day. It's just not, real.
Yes, yes. Exactly, man. You nailed it. You actually literally said everything that I wanted to say. I mean,
And just to take it further, is the funds stay in your control, like in your exchange, your Binance, your KuCoin, or your Kraken. You have the password. You can withdraw it to your bank, to your wallet, wherever you want to withdraw it to. And the thing is, you can actually see the trades in real time. If we're buying Bitcoin, if Eazybot's buying Bitcoin, you can actually see the trades in real time. And I've done trading myself, and I know how that works. So that's so key. And if you want to liquidate that position, you can sell it just by click of a button. So everything remains on your dashboard, in your control. Whereas those other programs, those other platforms, all it is literally numbers on a screen, and you have no control on it whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and let me reiterate that because you said it a lot,
Yeah,
but this is so important. As soon as you hand your money over, you've massively increased your risk. And Yogi, I can tell you, as somebody who's been in a lot of these, things, we've seen things. We've done due diligence like you would not believe. We have our teams have hired private investigators. We've even verified their income at producing activities sometimes, right? Like
wow.
verified what they're doing 100%. But there's a couple of factors. Number one, so as soon as you hand over that money, you're massively increasing your risk for a couple of reasons. There's greed becomes a factor. A lot of these companies end up all of a sudden, guys, they're sitting on 400, 500 million dollars. Why would they continue to pay you? Right? They see their exit point. And so we've seen that. We've seen regulation come into factor where people, because of a lack of regulation, these companies actually can't trade for you legally, right? So, especially in the crypto space, there's literally no license that they can get to trade for you. And so we've seen companies, their assets totally frozen up because of that. We've seen war become a factor with platforms. So it all comes back to this, guys. Have control of your money. You should
Yeah.
not be taking your entire investment portfolio and throwing it into these platforms because you just don't have control of it. And you can have a company with the best intentions, but they still, you know, there's a chance that they're going to fail, right? Because of everything that I just listed there. So with EasyBot, like you said, we have that control. We can see the trading is really happening. um, and then the other thing is with these Ponzi type of platforms, there's a couple of things that I brushed over, and it was kind of a little bit of an education for me as I kind of really learned this space. Number one, you can't promise returns, right? That's
Yeah.
illegal, guys.
It becomes a
That's
security. It becomes a security. So, that is illegal in the US and in the UK. Worldwide, it is.
Yeah. So as soon as that company gets too big, they get shut down. That's what happens. You know, the second thing is if you're knowing or unknowingly promoting a Ponzi scheme, that is also illegal, guys. We've seen big affiliate marketers actually have, get to spend jail time and everything else because they were a part of promoting a Ponzi scheme. They knew it was a Ponzi scheme and financially liable for not just the company, guys. So I don't want to take that risk, right? And nobody should be able to sleep at night knowing that they're making money because other people are losing money. Guys, have some integrity, right, in what you're doing, right?
So just to add on that is, like I said, the networkers, they might, let's say a networker brought me into this one of these platforms, I'll invest $1,000. They might make 20% straight away. So that's their commission. Now, why is that different from EasyBot? With EasyBot, what happens is every time. So if I'm the user and say you've brought me and you introduced me to EasyBot, how are you making money? So the key difference here is every time one of my trades close in profit, like say I bought Bitcoin yesterday at 35,000 and today the bot sold it at 35,100. I'm not saying I've made $100. It depends on how much I've put towards that coin. So let's say I make $10 on that trade. That's profit I physically got as profit that's in my exchange. Now, for that profit, I have to pay EasyBot a small fee because without that profit, without EasyBot, I wouldn't have that $10 profit.
Yeah.
So you as my sponsor, and I've learned everything off your YouTubes, and we've got on calls and stuff, is you get a small percentage of that $10 that I made.
Yeah.
So that's why it's sustainable. It's not I'm investing $1,000 and you get a commission off that. No, it's every small trade that closes in profits, and we share it on our group, so there's no lying about it on our Eazybot group. So that's how it's sustainable. If I don't make no money, then you don't make no money. Eazybot doesn't make no money. Eazybot has to close down, you see. So that's how it works. That's the key difference between Eazybot and these other platforms. And that's why it's sustainable, because we are making money. I'll more than happily pay my fees, while I'm making money, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be making money. So,
Yeah.
people need to understand that difference.
Yeah. 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 Amazing. Exactly. We're built on real things. And then, like
Yeah.
you say, we jump back, just reiterate one more time. Those other platforms get really antsy, right? When you start asking for proof of trading and for, well, show us your mining operation or whatever they claim to be doing. It's because they're not doing it, guys. No one, the top traders in the world are not making 1% and 2% a day every day in and out, no matter what the markets are doing. It's impossible. The markets don't even move that much in the first place, right? So, I mean, you go into a side trending, where the markets are just kind of going sideways and bouncing in between it, 1% to 2% thing, and these platforms are still making money. Ooh, that's a big red flag for
I
you.
mean, in the last 16 months, there's been periods of like one or few days in a trot, maybe, that Eazybot hasn't made no money because the markets weren't moving, but we're still there. The money's still with us, and this is the real markets. It happens, there's going to be times where it's going sideways as well, and there's just not enough markets to buy and sell. So Eazybot is just waiting for that moment, and we might be sleeping, we might be on holiday, but the bot's working. It's connected to our exchange, you see. So yeah, you're right. Those companies are making 1%, 2% when the markets are just going sideways. How is that even possible,
All right. So finally, let's discuss, and you'd covered this in our corporate call yesterday, and it was just awesome. You and I think so much alike. So let's discuss the Ethereum Bitcoin trading pairs.
Yeah.
Let's kind of go over your story of dollar cost averaging. Let's go into that a
Oh,
little bit.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so when I first started learning about crypto, what the markets were going up, they were doing great. So I kept on like buying small amounts of Bitcoin, small amounts of Ethereum for long-term hold. But there were always times when Bitcoin was high. Like I even bought it when it was like $60,000. I bought small amounts, and then we've seen it drop. So it's always an emotional roller coaster. Is crypto itself, So, but then what I learned over a number of years was, especially watching YouTube and all these influencers, is dollar cost averaging. So basically, that is, every week just put in a small amount, maybe $5, $10, don't replace it with a takeaway that you might be having on the weekend, or don't go out on that Saturday and spend
Yeah.
that 10, 15, £20, whatever you're going to spend going out on crypto, and build your portfolio like that. So there really was a period where I was putting in £5, £10. I mean, it didn't really affect me stopping things wise, but the mentality is, should I buy that coffee if I'm going out, and should I just buy it in crypto? So that way you get to add a bit to your crypto savings. You can add on, but then it's wounding when you see the markets going down and you think, damn, last week I spent $5 and this week it's worth $3 and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but that is a great way to save your crypto, because eventually, we are seeing it go up year in, year out. It does fluctuate a lot. So dollar cost averaging is a great way to add to your to add your portfolio and see it increase.
Absolutely.
So this pair, like you just mentioned, the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, once Mohammed started explaining it and he said he's launching this, and then once you get your head around it, thinking, hold on, this is perfect, because I hold Ethereum, I hold Bitcoin, and I'm always wanting to buy a bit of both whenever I can afford it, even if it's just a few dollars a week. And then it's just like Ethereum trading off against Bitcoin. You're buying and selling with both. So either way, you're gonna end up with one of them. So then when he said, "Oh, your profit is going to be in Bitcoin," I thought, you know what, it's just perfect. And you know what, you cannot get any better. So that really, if I just explain it as simply as I can, is how I used to dollar cost average by, dipping into my wallet, dipping into my PayPal to buy a bit of crypto. Um, sometimes I used to send it from my bank to Coinbase to buy some crypto. Here, what I've been using the ETH BTC pair for 2 months now. I've not dipped in once into my wallet. I've not dipped in once into my bank account or PayPal to buy that crypto. It's accumulating automatically. It's hard to believe, but honestly, it really is. It is working because every time ETH goes up a bit or Bitcoin goes up a bit and it's volatile, it's fluctuating, it's always buying and selling. And when it does sell, that profit is in Bitcoin. So, it's accumulating as time's going on, and I'm not having to DCA. It's just adding to my portfolio as time goes. So, yeah, I mean, I hope that
Amazing.
explains it to people. Yeah, if not, maybe you might have a different angle on it.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned yesterday on the call, I mean, you've made about $140 worth of Bitcoin automatically without dipping into your wallet. And I love that.
Yeah, but that 3 weeks ago, it was a lot less because not only am I making Bitcoin on it, as Bitcoin's going up, that value that I made 3 weeks ago is going up. So
Yes.
it's hard to quantify and hard to get your head around it, saying it's going up. My Bitcoin holdings is going up and the value is going up. You see, so
Yeah.
we win. It really is just the perfect pair for those people that don't want to buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. Just get a bit of Bitcoin, put it in your exchange, connect Eazybot, and you will see that Bitcoin amounts go up, up, up. And in a few years' time, who knows what that's going to be worth?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And what I immediately thought, and I've had some discussions with people that, they're kind of their mindset is, well, why wouldn't I just dollar cost average? And my response is this: yes, definitely dollar cost average. Absolutely. I mean, you should be accumulating. As we know, one of the core pillars for success with EasyBot or any investment strategy is weekly or monthly contributions. So
Yeah,
my response is, why wouldn't you do both? Why wouldn't you dollar cost average and then have EasyBot doing its own version of dollar cost averaging, like you had said yesterday? We're doubling your dollar cost averaging because you're adding to your
yeah,
portfolio weekly or monthly, whatever you can afford, and then you've got EasyBot in the background that's just buying and selling and stacking more and more Bitcoin. So you're actually doing a two step to building your Bitcoin portfolio. And it's as easy as you can set up some of these exchanges to automatically buy Bitcoin for you weekly. You
yeah,
can set it up on a weekly or a monthly, whatever your contribution wants to, whatever you can afford. Then all you do is you take that amount, you go adjust it into your Bitcoin Ethereum pairs and EasyBot. It's a
yeah.
5 minute thing for you to do. And there you go. You've just added to your portfolio while EasyBot's doing its trading. So I'd say do it,
Yeah, and
do it both.
compound. It's also compounding itself. So if you do buy $5, $10 worth every few days, you can add it on like you just said, and that is then being used to generate more Bitcoin. And again, it's getting added straight to your wallet. So yeah, you can definitely do both. But me personally, I've stopped dipping into my wallet now ever since I started this pair, and I'm just letting it compound itself. So it does feel great mentally thinking, you know what, I'm not going to spend £5, £10 on Bitcoin. I'm just letting this run. But yeah, that's a great way to do it. If people are doing that, they can do both DCA and let the bot do its thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just great. Like this, like massive growth of your Bitcoin, and we really didn't even get into the discussion of the Bitcoin halving or the ETFs. But
Yeah.
guys, if you pay attention to what's going on out there, we are going to have an incredible ride together over the next 2 to 3 years. So kind of maybe in my closing thoughts for this discussion, you guys, is we had talked about how EasyBot did about 25 to 33% the first year for people. Now, there's two things that we need to discuss here really quickly. Number one is that was on the old trading strategy. Since then, we have literally doubled our results. Our new strategy is doing double of what it used to from what we're seeing, right? From what Muhammad has put together. That's on the whatever pair versus USDT. It's doubling, guys. So imagine that, right? As we go into a bull run, we have double what we had. So think about that potential. And then the second thing is this Bitcoin Ethereum pair. So over this next, 2, 3, 5 years as a group, I mean, if the analysts are right, and people are calling anywhere from 250,000 to 500,000 to a million by 2030, some are saying, what kind of ride is that going to be and what kind of ROI, right? I mean, we're talking 10 to 20xing just on the Bitcoin Ethereum pairs that we're trading right now. So, man, we're going to have a great ride together on this. You guys definitely and join us in this.
Yeah, exciting times, definitely. Those people that are paying attention to crypto will be seeing it on mainstream news. They'll be seeing it on, it'll be everywhere soon. All the big boys, all the hedge funds in the US are jumping on board. And it's definitely heading in one way. Our last 15, 16 months since I've been in this, it's just been down, down, down. And now the markets might slightly be turning, added to the new enhancements. I'm seeing great results already. And again, we've been sharing it in our group. People can see it on my Facebook page. We're not lying. I post when the markets are going down, and I will gladly post when the markets are going up. But we've seen it in a downtrend. And yeah, with these new enhancements, Mohammed's just done wonders. It's just working so well. And if people are joining now, they won't see the old system, so they'll have nothing to compare it to because you go straight onto the new enhancements. So brilliant, exciting times. I'm really looking forward to it. My focus is solely on EasyBot. I turn a blind eye to everything else. And yeah, just to say, this new enhancement, when you say 25 to 30% in a downtrend, I had two coins last week, Solana and XRP, and I'm not lying. I'm not doing this to boast or anything. I really did make 1.5% in a day on those coins. So the diversification, I was so excited. I put it on our chat group, and you know what? It does happen. So you may think 30% a year, maybe 3% a month or something like that. But then there are those times when the markets are starting to move now. You can literally make on some coins. It won't be every day. Some days might be more, some days might be less. When XRP won their court case, a few months ago, I think we made about 3% a day on XRP, and it rode it all the way up, took profits, came back down, took profits. It's just perfect. So, yeah, really excited for that. Sorry, can I just add one thing? I've got to add one more thing. Those people watching this, you know what? If they don't need to have the knowledge. I think it's quite important for people to say, oh, I don't know nothing about crypto, or, I might know this or I might know that. Because my brother's on EasyBot and he has no clue what crypto is, or he knows I do it, he knows I'm involved. So, this bot is designed for experts who want to use their own system, or even complete novices, people that don't know. I mean, there's tutorials are there, we're there to help. So it's so easy. It's literally one click, set it up, and you can keep an eye, maybe get educated, because it is the future. But it's great for those people that don't want to don't have knowledge. So that's one thing. And if they do start to get involved, we hold the Zoom calls every week with the CEO. There's members from all sorts of backgrounds with all sorts of experiences. We've got doctors, we've got, people that work in supermarkets. No offense, but what I'm just trying to say is we've got people from all extremes. We've got retired people. So the Zooms are a great way for everyone to connect, and Mohammed shows us the performances and stuff. So it's a great community as well. It's not we're just gonna start your bots and throw you in. It's the more you put in, the more you'll get to learn and appreciate how this software works.
Absolutely. And the excitement in our community, like as I mean, oh my goodness, like our corporate calls, just you're gonna see, like you say, walks of all backgrounds come together, and our excitement about what Muhammad has created, what we have a hold of. I mean, it's just it's amazing. It's kind of contagious. So yeah, definitely come in, be a part of a community that's going to support you. Absolutely. So. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for taking the time. What we're going to do is we're going to put our links below the descriptions of these videos. So, definitely if you want to join Yogi or join myself, we're a team together. Definitely go support his Facebook page as well. And we'll do another video. We're going to dive into some of the trading results like we've talked about, and we'll highlight some of those really incredible trade sessions. All right,
Absolutely.
thank you for being on, Yogi. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me. Cheers.